Hello folks, I think we are live. Are we live? I think we are live. Yay! So I am here in the middle of nowhere in the outskirts of Tokyo in a place called Minami Machida. If you look at a map, if you look up Machida, you will see that it's kind of really far from central Tokyo, but oddly enough it's still a part, like officially a part of Tokyo, which is kind of weird, but kind of interesting. I'm very unfamiliar with this area, but it's a nice evening, and there's a river here that I'm planning to follow for a while. So I'm next to Minami Machida Station, which is a really new place actually. They just built a big kind of shopping mall district here, and also I think a Snoopy museum. But yeah, that's over here, this Minami Machida Granbury Park. But that seems really boring. So let's not go there. Let's instead head towards Machida Center, like central Machida Station, which is actually 5 kilometers from here. And I hope it will be a bit of countryside-ish walk until I get there. And then Machida itself is kind of big, kind of urban place, and quite interesting when it gets dark, I think. So that's the plan. It's gonna be a pretty long walk, hopefully a good one. I am just kind of getting my bearings straight with the Google Maps right now, and then I will start walking. So please bear with me for a second. So actually when I was on my way here, I forgot to get off the train. So instead I ended up at the end station of this train line and had to go back. So I was a little bit late. Just got here like 2 minutes before the stream was supposed to start. So yes, I'm not very well prepared, but hey, you guys seem to enjoy when I'm kind of lost and confused and ill-prepared. So I guess you're just getting what you are asking for. And I don't know if you can see it, but over there is actually, you see some mountain ranges, and I think we should be able to see Mount Fuji if it's clear enough, if we're lucky enough. Maybe I actually see Mount Fuji. I'm not sure. It's not entirely easy to spot, but well, whatever. Let's go. Hopefully we will get some Mount Fuji views as well. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So, okay. Once again, which direction should I head towards? That's good to know. So, okay, now I know which direction. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, 200 people already. Konbanwa. And hello, Laura S, Lucas Mihara, and Yari, and all the usual suspects. Very happy that so many of you are here already. I'm kind of excited about this walk actually. It's been a lot of central Tokyo in the last few days. So today it's, oh, Jenny Skunk is here too, yay! So yeah, I think this will be nice. It will be an interesting walk, and it's been a pretty gloomy day, but it looks like we might be getting a bit of a nice sunset. Hello, big fan of your work. You got a fan crowd, amazing. Tim, pop out, pop back, sure thing. You must be busy. Even if you can just stay for 5 minutes, I'm more than happy to have you here. Yeah, 2 advance hours on Patreon, huh? Today's been well, a pretty usual day. Like, just been taking care of the baby. An entire day just flies by, but my kind wife gave me a few hours of off-duty time so I could take a walk with you, which is great. I always appreciate when she lets me do that, and the fact that she lets me do that every day. Good for me, good for you. Hej Joel, du är från Göteborg. Är det gloomy där idag? Det låter lite trist. Arigato, Miss Tokyo Explorer. Weather report time, of course. Of course. Just a second. What are we looking at today? We are looking at 26 degrees and sunny. It's been cloudy all day, but yeah, sun is coming out. Well, it says cloudy the rest of the day as well, but it's a bit schizophrenic. 70% humidity. Air pressure, in case you are interested, 999 millibar. Have no idea what that actually means, or how it relates to anything, but for those of you who want that number, now you have it. How's the weather at the end of January, beginning of February? It's winter here, which is not too bad. It's usually very clear, crisp air, not too cold. Yeah, depends on where you're coming from, if it's good or not to you. Winter in Japan, like weather and temperature wise, is not so bad, but the thing is that most Japanese homes are extremely cold. Like things like insulation and like 2-pane windows are kind of rare here. Only like newer kind of higher end condos have that, but regular Japanese houses are very, very cold in the winter, so it's not so nice. Did we smash the record for super chats by Sunday? Yes, you did indeed smash the record for super chats. But I don't know, no, actually Saturday was better. Saturday was better, but I think in total about $70 in super chat on both those days. But yeah, Saturday was better by a hair. Yeah, winter itself is not bad, but the problem is the lack of insulation in most homes. But yeah, on the other hand, like I mean, they do have quite a lot of cozy things to make up for that, such as kotatsu, which is this like low table with a built-in heater, and usually the family gathers around you. You put your legs under the table, and it's really warm and cozy down there. So there's like, you know, ways to stay warm in the winter that are quite cozy. But in general, yeah, I wish the homes were a bit warmer. Someone asked about a tech question, what equipment I use. I have two phones, yes, one phone for streaming, but I do also see the messages on top of the video feed on my streaming phone, but then I do have a secondary phone which I am kind of watching the stream myself on, just to see if there's any hiccups, and also it gives a little bit more better overview of the chat as well. Are the houses cheaper in this area of Japan? I mean, we're still in the kind of nicer side of suburban Greater Tokyo, and actually this area is kind of between So technically we're in Yokohama now, I think, because I don't think we are in Machida. We're in Minami Machida, which, let's see if there's a sign anywhere. But anyway, we are kind of close to both Yokohama and Tokyo by commuting standards. So this area is actually kind of attractive to a lot of people. So it's not like a cheap area, this. It's not by any means fancy, but like for example, many of the suburbs north of Tokyo in Saitama is generally cheaper than in Kanagawa, which is the prefecture we're in right now. Yeah, so north of Shin-Yokohama, which is a stop for the Shinkansen. So it's actually, in terms of access, it's not at all that bad to live around here. Okay, so yeah, here we have a sign. Okay, so we are actually, so this is probably Tokyo then, because this sign says Kanagawa Prefecture, Yamato City. So if that's Kanagawa past that sign, it means that this side should be Tokyo. So then Minami Machida is also part of Tokyo. So I was wrong. And I think there's some stairs here, and I can go down to the river. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have crossed to this side. Let's see. Is the installation a problem also in larger apartment complex? No, not so much. Especially newer concrete buildings are much better insulated. So yeah, really depends. Okay, so here's the river. So we will follow this for a while. I will go down. Okay. Yeah, let's go down here. I'm sure we can find a bridge somewhere. Right, if you drive here with a car navi, it switches between Kanagawa and Tokyo all the time. I see. So now I am in Yamato. Yes. Isn't Yamato part of Yokohama though? Maybe not. Let's see. So I should be able to get down to the river soon. Is it 4:15 p.m. here? No, it's 5:15 p.m. here. Well, thanks for the super chat, Forest Joe. Wow, 300 people already. Konnichiwa. I am Japanese. It's a landscape that is everywhere in Japan. Yep, これちょっと普通の日本の景色ですね。こんばんは。コンビニなさそう。ビール買えるかな。そうだね。まあここからまあ1時間ぐらい歩くと町田駅に着きます。あの辺はいっぱいお店とかいろいろあるんですけど、そこまでは多分そんなにお店がないかもしれません。We're going to hit 800 tonight. Wow, that would be amazing. I doubt it though, but we shall see. So, okay, Yamato is its own city. We learn something new every day. Minami Machida is the southern tip of Machida, like the name, as the name implies. I see. Will you also take a live stream when you ride the Shinkansen? I don't know, maybe, if that's something you would like to see, but personally it sounds a little bit somewhat boring to me though, but sure, I can do it. Okay, here we can finally reach the river. Sounds a little bit like, I'm guessing trying to stream from Shinkansen would be a nightmare in terms of mobile reception. Although some trains do have Wi-Fi these days, I wonder if that would be stable enough. I wonder if Tokyo Explorer will be walking like he is now in winter come to Japan. Yeah, I wonder that too. Will I? I'm not sure. Not sure. What are all the orange white barriers for? I think they're just, I don't know which one you mean. Probably just a regular kind of fence, but painted that way to be more easy to see, maybe. So yeah, if you look at this, look where I am now on the map. I'm walking along Sakai River, and yeah, you should be able to see that it's quite far until I get to Machida. But it's a lovely evening, so I am enjoying it so far. Is it better to prioritize Hiragana, Katakana and Kanji first than to learn Japanese language itself? You need to learn it all. You can't really isolate it like that, I think. You just need to study everything. You need to, yeah, just study a lot, study everything. どうやって日本語を覚えました？1年間日本語学校に行きました。その後はまあ自分で勉強しました。あとまあ普通の生活から日本は12年間住んでたから毎日ちょっとずつ新しい言葉とか新しい漢字とか。Perfect. I can cross the river here because I actually or can I? Maybe I can't. Sorry. Oh, ここも行けないか。あらら。ここはちょっと、じゃあ戻りましょうか。東京へ戻りましょう。So let's go back to Tokyo. So now we did a brief detour into the depths of Kanagawa Prefecture, but as you can see on this side, we are now entering Tokyo again in Machida City. Arara. Nice little neon signs here. Chinese restaurant, Chuka restaurant. Back to civilization, yeah. It's like night and day. Crossing the border. Feels like we're in a different country. I think I can go down here. So I'm quite excited about this walk because this area, I've never been here. I've been to Machida a couple of times, like maybe 3-4 times during my 12 years in Tokyo, but this part of Machida, Minami Machida, never been. Tommy, when you are coming to Tokyo, is there a chance to walk together? So it looks like there's some construction going on there. I don't think I can walk along the river as expected, but whatever. Okay, Pim, good luck with the meeting. We maybe go down here. Looks like it's pretty big construction going on here. Oh, okay, some audio issues. That's too bad. Hope it's back now. Can we go down? No, it's closed over there too. Okay. Okie dokie. Do you think you walk 5 kilometers per day by shooting video? I probably average more than that. 5k is like 1 hour, and most of my videos are longer than 1 hour, so probably a little bit more. Can we get to the river here? Oh, I think we can. Huh, that's weird that the audio is choppy. Maybe the reception around here is not great. We shall see. Oh, 本当だ. Okay, so I can't. Is it all closed? そうみたいね。川沿いに歩けないね。残念。じゃあ。Living up to your name, Tokyo Explorer, a true explorer. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I do indeed enjoy exploring, especially middle of nowhere places like this. Those are usually the most intriguing ones. So let me just clean up here. My phone is going a bit crazy. I forgot to set it to D&D mode, so I get tons of notifications, which is kind of distracting. And my wife keeps messaging me on WhatsApp, even though I asked her to use Messenger instead, because Messenger I can check on my second phone. WhatsApp I can only activate WhatsApp on one phone. On Sunday he was, yeah, let's see, he wanted data usage updates. Looks like I can't walk here either, huh? Or, oh, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Okay, so current data usage is, I don't know if you can see, 53 gigs. Ah, here too. Oh my god, okay. But I can maybe cross and walk soon, eh? I can cross again. Okay, let's go back to Kanagawa again. So this is such a prefecture crossing walk today. So on the Kanagawa side we are apparently allowed to walk. Wonder what this construction is all about. Oh, here's one of these like vegetable stands where you can just shop based on honor. No one checks if you actually pay. Are you a tourist because pocket Wi-Fi? No, I've been living here for 12 years, but actually the best way to get a lot of data, the best and cheapest way to get a lot of data was to simply rent one of these on a long-term plan. It's actually cheaper to rent it than if I were to sign up for my own contract, which is a bit weird, but yeah. Can we fly drone there? I don't think so. Generally in Tokyo you're not allowed basically anywhere. On the Kanagawa side maybe, but I'm not sure. How was your experience when you arrived and started living the first time in Japan? Was it difficult? Any recommendation for people? I don't know. It was pretty easy, I think. Like, I mean, when you first move here, it's really super exciting, and the vast majority of people you meet will be super nice and friendly to you. Oh, I think this might be some sort of military aircraft. I think there's a military base around here. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, if there's anything I can recommend, it's just that if you're serious about moving here long term, then just as soon as possible, just study the language really, really hard. So that you get that out of the way. It will just make your life here so much better. I don't get notifications when you go on live. You should be, if you enable notifications in YouTube. But you could also sign up to my Patreon and get the Patreon app and switch on notifications there, because I always send out a message on Patreon as well. Yeah, the sky is pretty gorgeous right now. Are Japanese racist in train? No, 99.99999% aren't. At least not towards me. I extremely rarely experience that people are racist. on the trains. Sorry, I haven't been following channel. What do you do in Japan? I'm a freelance or self-employed journalist and photographer. Been doing that for 12 years. So I work with everything from travelers visiting Tokyo who want some nice photos to travel agencies. Sometimes I appear on Swedish TV as well as a news reporter whenever there's anything to report on from Japan. I used to write a lot for various magazines and newspapers, but these days the writing is kind of, I very rarely do it because I have enough work doing only photography and I enjoy photography more. So yeah, that's the quick version. Towards black, are they racist? Probably more towards black than towards whites. But since I have no experience of that, it's not something I'm very qualified to talk about. Were you present during Fukushima incident? Yes, on Swedish TV. Yes, I was on Swedish TV last week talking about the Olympics i Morgonstudion. Kommer inte ihåg exakt vilken dag det var, men de brukar ringa mig när de vill ha någonting från Japan, när de behöver någon info om någonting som har hänt här, så vet de att jag finns här. Yep, it's usually SVT. Some other aircraft incoming. Is it more expensive to live in Japan? Zoom on the plane. Okay, let's see. I always have such a... So this... was I able to make it? Very briefly you could see a little bit. So let's see. Sorry folks, of course someone of you knows that plane. Oh, it looks like the road stops here, and maybe we're not able to go back to Tokyo either, so we have to venture further down into Kanagawa. Yeah, someone mentioned the construction site. Sorry, the chat is really active today, so I'm really struggling to catch up or stay up to date with everything. Ah, you were in the Air Force. You well, I see. Yeah, seriously, lots of construction getting in my way, indeed. Ah, one more! How many are there? Så går in här. Okay, I think we are able to reach the river again soon. Oh, thank you, Jeddah, for your generous donation. Highly appreciate it. And I'm happy to hear that my walks it helps you compensate for the non-existent travels right now. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. So I'm always happy to hear that people appreciate it. And let me check the map again. Okay. So there's a bridge here. I'll let you decide. Tokyo side or Kanagawa side? Which side should I be walking on? Kanagawa. Okay, let's do Kanagawa then. Konbanwa. そうですね、今日は南町田駅から町田駅までの散歩です。あと町田に着いたらあの辺もちょっとブラブラしたいと思います。夜の風景、町田のナイトライフ、夜の街を探検しましょう。So one of my Japanese viewers just commented on where we are, and I explained what the plan is for today. Do you prefer urban or nature views? I like both. A balance of both is optimal. It's a lot of fun to walk in the city as well, especially at night, I think. But I do need to get out to places with lots of greenery. Yeah, probably no Louis Vuitton shops close by. Yep. Yeah, both are good. Let's see, if I stumble across a konbini around here, I think I will grab a beer. It's a pretty nice evening sunset walk with a beer. Oh, thank you, Jenny Skunk. Always appreciate it. I have the best viewers in the world. Yeah, sunset is actually quite early now. It's really changing. Like a month ago it was like around 7 or like 6:45 at least, and now it's already before 6. So yeah, it changed pretty rapidly. But then again, we are halfway into September, so oh, thank you, Tommy World. A banana peel. Thank you. I love this cloud formation. It's beautiful, especially with the last bit of sunlight hitting it. あ、高橋さんありがとうございます。最近で一番日本らしい風景そうかな、これの方が日本らしいですか、渋谷より。そうかな。Yes, it's cicadas that you're hearing. Indeed it is. so that's a little bit inconvenient, I think, but yeah, definitely a nice place to, you know, go for a morning jog or whatever. This このだんだん暗くなっている感じが好き。そうですね、僕も好き。実はだからよくこの時間でライブ散歩やってます。Thank you, S. Best live streamer in the world. Yay! How far from your own residence? Oh, I had to take a train for about half an hour to get to Minami Machida. It is on my train line though, but yeah, very close, very far out. Borinkan, which is, yeah, it'll be back soon. Machida には友達がやってる Heaven's Door というロックバーがあります。あ、そうなんだ。じゃあストリームの後あっちに行こうか。Okay, so we are kind of halfway. We started here, now I'm here, Machida is there. Do you know the band Ghost? Sorry, I do not know them. Watch this stream as I play the soundtrack for Shenmue in the background. Oh, nice. That sounds... yeah, it sounds quite suitable, maybe. Maybe I should be somewhere more here. But yeah, nice. Love Shenmue. That's a great game. This... I think it's just some water tower. But I'm not sure. But my guess is that it's to provide these old apartment blocks with water, or maybe the ones behind there. Röyksopp is Norwegian. I like them too, but unfortunately they're not Swedish. Look, wait, let's just stay here and just take in this beautiful scene of the runners and the sunset and the old semi-rural Japanese scenery. Beautiful. Out of curiosity, do you happen to enjoy cinema? To be honest, since I moved to Japan 12 years ago, I very rarely watch movies. No movies, no TV series. It's I'm a bit boring in that way, but I just don't feel that I have the time. So it's very rare. Well, before I came here, when I was living in Sweden and my life was boring, then I watched a ton of movies and like TV series and whatnot. But here it's just I'm so busy, and like I'm doing this YouTube channel instead of staying home and watching, you know, Game of Thrones. So yeah, even though it is, I kind of wish, like in theory, I want to watch more movies, but if I have to choose, and due to the fact that time is not unlimited, then yeah, I prefer to go on walks. T-shirt and phone and the DIY wind muff reveal. Stylish phone case, yay! $2 from AliExpress. 私は町田に住んでます。あ、そうなんだ。そっかそっか。僕は町田全く知らないですけど、もしなんかおすすめなスポットとかあればぜひ教えてください。Plenty of like big apartments around here, big apartment buildings, but we're still pretty far from the station, so I guess it's pretty inconvenient. I'm sure these are pretty cheap. They look kind of oldish as well. So one question to you. I was talking a little bit to my wife earlier today about the future and our planned move to Scandinavia, etc. I'm just wondering, of you watching now, how many of you think that you would keep following my channel if I moved to Europe and started doing walks from there? Like maybe not just like Sweden all the time, but rather like doing a bit of more traveling around to like other countries in Europe as well, and do like walking videos. Maybe not daily, that would be impossible, but you know, like once, a few every week, maybe from like different locations. If you think you would be interested still in my channel, write yes. And if you think you are only watching because I'm in Japan and that's what you want to see, write no, just so that I get a kind of hint about, yeah, just to know. Ah, nice, very positive. Happy to hear that. That's good to know. Good to know. Not sure, but probably no. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I would expect most of you to say no, to be honest, because I think the fact that I'm doing this from Japan is kind of what made you interested in the first place. Sorry only for Japan. Oh. Japan only. Honestly, maybe not much. It's the style of your videos that we love. The wear is less important. Well, thank you. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. Like, I mean, now that there's a little bit more in my videos in terms of interaction and this whole conversation thing, maybe it's still interesting, even if it's from rural Norway or, you know, northern Italy or Prague. I don't know. Exactly, you always have Ramblack for Japan. That's true. That's indeed true. This is 2 or 3 years down the line. Yeah, probably. It's definitely not gonna happen tomorrow. It could be that, like, if we are able to travel next summer, I might be spending most of next summer in Europe, for example. But we would probably not move completely by then, or that soon, but yeah. Are you thinking about going back to Sweden? Yeah. Maybe, I'm not sure about Sweden, maybe Norway, but probably somewhere in Scandinavia. We have a little daughter and we don't want to raise her here in Japan. Or, I mean, it's not like we don't want to, but we think in general it's better to raise a child in Scandinavia. Yeah. In Finland, yes, we'd love to. Yes, my wife wants to move as well, yes. Gothenburg is a really nice city. To be honest, I've only been like once or twice, so I don't know it that well, but of what I've seen, I really liked it. But yeah, I mean, as this channel is growing, I actually do see a potential to turn this into kind of full-time thing once we move. But then obviously the content will have to be a little bit different. But still, if I can still kind of keep the same basic concept, but source of income. But yeah, I do not know. Well, yeah, I don't want to rely entirely on YouTube, to be honest. Like, ideally I would like to use some other platform where I'm not in the, you know, where everything is up to the Google algorithm. That's never a good thing, so. Inu no sanpo ga ii desu ne. Time zone wise will be difficult for some of us. Well, I'm still kind of, it's already difficult. I'm kind of alternating between morning streams and evening streams here because I have quite a lot of viewers in North America, and they can't watch when I stream this time unless they're like Laura and stay up all night. But yeah. Yep, exactly. I could definitely do more 4K videos from Europe without having to be concerned about those things. So that's great. Calling me out like that. Yes. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Olam Drab. Sounds like Arabic. But thanks for stopping by. I understand that you Americans must be very sleepy. I'm planning to leave Japan soon. Within 2-3 years probably. Did you sell, give away everything at home when you went to Japan? Yes, I did. I basically sold everything I owned that didn't fit into my suitcase. And been living a pretty minimalistic life since then, actually. Haven't really owned much stuff and don't really want to own a lot of stuff. Olive. Okay. I'll call you Olive. Yeah, so I sold everything and just how's your wife's English? Yeah, she's fine. She speaks good English and she speaks Swedish too, so I think we have a pretty nice little river view photo spot here. If I had a bit of a longer lens. You probably own a lot of camera gear. Yeah, I do. But that's kind of necessary for my job, so that's fine. That's tools. Yeah, we would survive in Norway as well. I think we both would prefer to move to Norway actually than Sweden, but I think work-wise Ireland, yeah. I mean, Europe has so many gorgeous places, and if things even get remotely close to where it was before the pandemic in terms of being able to fly everywhere for almost no money at all, then, you know, yeah, getting around, going to different countries, maybe for like a week at a time and shoot a bunch of videos, you know, that's definitely possible. I think we're getting close to Machida. As you can see, everything is getting more dense over there. It's such a nice evening. This place is quite nice too. Have a little kind of, I don't know what to call it, but nice little place next to the river. Cute young couple on a date. No. So, I think priority number 1 now. Bacha mo ikitai. どこに? Have you done any sunrise videos lately? Nah, I'm not a morning person, and especially not now with the baby girl at home. We rarely get out of bed before 9, and that's after like maybe 5-6 hours of sleep at best, if we're lucky. So yeah, getting up for an early start is quite difficult for me right now. I mean, morning stream for me is like, that's when I start at 11 in order to make my American viewers happy. And yes, Norway is very wealthy, much more wealthy than Sweden, and it's also a country that lacks a lot of the societal issues that we are unfortunately getting more and more of in Sweden in recent years. So that's the main reason. Also, like, the quality of the schools in Sweden feels like it's kind of on decline, and yeah, there's many reasons, but I wish that wasn't the case, but it feels like Sweden is not I don't know, it's not really moving in the right direction, and it's being more and more surpassed by the Nordic neighbors. So if we can choose, then yeah, why not choose a place which is more safe? Norway could also have many job opportunities, maybe, yeah. I would love to work in the Norwegian tourism sector and do like promotion videos and promotion photos for Norway. That would be like the dream job for me. My daughter is currently 1.5 months old, so she is very, very tiny. Very, very tiny. It always surprised me how such a tiny little person can poop as much as she does. So there's a 7-Eleven here, but I also see a Family Mart over there, so let's go for the Family Mart and get the beer there. Pretty good timing now, I think, arriving in the more urban parts just as it gets dark. I think I did well in planning this. Again, so here's the border to Kanagawa and Sagamihara City this time. But we will be staying in Tokyo for the time being, unless I go to cross the prefectural border to get a beer. I don't want to reveal the name of my daughter, but she actually has 2 names, one Japanese and one Scandinavian. Because of the Japanese bureaucracy, we only use the Japanese name officially here in Japan, because it's just such a pain in the butt to do it any other way. Nice little fruit markets in the back of a truck like this. Very nice. Yeah, it will be cool once 360 video becomes good enough so that we can actually do this without just getting headache and getting annoyed by the low resolution. Let's beer. You know what I'm going for. You know it. Hiragana. It's not the second time I choose this one, it's more like the 20th time I choose this one. It's good. I mean, it's a little bit stronger than your average beer. It's still like, I mean, I wish they had something more exciting in the convenience stores here, but yeah, this one isn't bad. I'm not good at describing flavors though. It tastes like beer. It's called Kanpai. Kanpai. It is IPA ale. No, it's neither. It's just regular, good old-fashioned beer. Let me find a place to sit down. I haven't opened this guy yet. I will soon. So here's Machida Station. Some interesting wall art. I don't know, it just tastes like normal beer. I can't really explain it. Like it's not particularly fruity, it's not particularly dark or anything. It's just beer. Good old beer. Go to Mr. Waffle in Machida Station. Okay. Let's see. I think I want to go down to the river again. This looks like a love hotel area though. Let's see. Maybe it is a love hotel area. In that case I need to be a bit careful. You know San Miguel beer? Yeah, I do. Yeah, this must be a love hotel area. Love hotel. Have you ever visited a love hotel? I have, but I don't want to get into any details about that. Oh, can we sit here? It doesn't look very inviting actually. No, maybe not. Maybe not this way. Let's head back towards the station. I think I might have to go through the station. This side of the station is pretty dead as far as I can remember, other than those love hotels. So let's cross.カメラを行きます。あ、そうなんだ。結構大きいヨドバシカメラですね。Do you ever get bored of Japan? I do, yeah, I do. Quite often, but I think I'm less likely to get bored here than anywhere else that I've ever lived. But of course I have days when I feel that, you know, life here is so boring and I long for something different. That's normal, I think, no matter where you live. So let's see. Do we have any seats around here? So yeah, as you can see, Machida is quite urban. How did you buy a ticket in Japan? Sorry, I don't think I understand the question. What tickets? What kind of ticket are you talking about? Can I sit down somewhere here? I think I can. I think I can. Why not? Okay, let's it's a little bit too crowded for me here, but whatever. Let's open this one. Kanpai. Yeah, it's kind of rush hour. People are leaving work and probably heading back to Tokyo or wherever they live. Okay, how I get the train ticket? Usually I just charge money into one of these prepaid cards and just use that. That's That's the most convenient way of doing it. Why beer only? I like beer. In recent years, pre-corona, have you found Tokyo getting busier and busier, even with Japan's declining population? What I noticed is a big increase in tourists until corona hit. So in that sense it's busier. Like many areas are like packed with tourists now, and that was not the case when I came here 12 years ago. And places like Ginza right now, it's like, or not right now, but before the pandemic, it used to be like almost only Chinese tourists. So yeah, it has changed in that sense, but other than the tourists, not really a big difference. Those of you who are I see you still discussing the love hotels. Just Google Hello Kitty Love Hotel Osaka, and you're in for a treat. Oh, thank you, Ken Momen. Arigatou gozaimasu. If I see many homeless in Japan, yeah, I see quite a fair bit of homeless people here. They're generally very quiet and never really bother anyone though. What do you think about current political situation in Japan? Right now we will see how Suga is taking care of things, but I was not a big fan of Abe, to say the least, and I feel that in general Japan tends to kind of shy away from its real problems and just focus on short-term solutions and on things that are not really as important as the future of this country. So yeah, sorry, a bit vague, but yeah. Efter 多摩川大雨です。あ、そうなんだ。やばいね。Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of things going on in the political sphere, and a lot of it feels very, very corrupt to me. And that's too shame. What are the current Japanese real problems? The fact that they have a rapidly declining population and also a rapidly graying population. And that's something they need to address as soon as possible before the economy collapses totally. Okay, let's keep on walking. It's boring to just stay at one place at a time. Is pickpocketing a trend in Tokyo? No, never heard of anyone who has ever been pickpocketed in Tokyo, to be honest. I'm sure it happens, but I'm also sure that it happens way less often compared to many Western cities. Have you ever went to South America? No, I have not. That documentary where they say Japanese population will go down to 88 million. Yeah, I mean, it's already decreasing with currently 400,000 every year, which is an insane number. That's like a major city every year in declining population. That's pretty bizarre and definitely not sustainable as long as we have a financial system where essentially growth or collapse are the only options. So yeah, that's definitely something that needs to be dealt with. 久しぶりに町田駅見た。僕も久しぶりに町田駅に来ました。Wait, why is Japan's population decreasing? Not enough children being made and very low immigration. Should be Pokemon manhole covers in Machida now. I see. Let's see if we can find one. Maybe you, my viewers, can locate it and guide me there. I do not think this does not look like Pokemon. Quite nice though, but definitely not Pokemon. Yeah, I have a baby at home, but that's not enough to save the collapse of Japan. I'm gonna throw away this beer. We need 5 babies, more like 400,000 if I would be if I want to change the trend. Yeah, I also noticed that they said YouTuber. You think Japan's stance on immigration will change? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it will when they're like really forced to do it, and it is changing already. They have made it easier. They introduced this kind of temporary work visas that people can get for just a few years that cannot be renewed after, I think, 4 or 5 years. But I don't know. Like, I mean, what they need is actually people to come here and assimilate into the society, not just a bunch of temporary workers who come here and work for a couple of years and then go back home. Like, then the country, I don't think that's not a long-term solution. Yeah, manholes is a very funny word, I know. Fujisoba the best soba shop. Fujisoba ちょっと微妙じゃない？あんまり美味しくないと思います、実は。そばが大好きですけど。Sorry about idling here. I'm just gonna finish my beer and throw it away. What time in Japan now? 6:30 in the evening. How is Marukame? Marukame はまあ富士そばより美味しい。丸亀うどんは、そんなになんか安いうどんはそんなに悪くないけど、安いそばはやっぱりまずい。そばは確かになんかちょっと高級な料品使った方がいいと思います。Hiragana Park. Okay. Any mistakes you think tourists do when they visit Japan? I often see tourists being really loud and obnoxious in the trains, and that's kind of really makes us look really bad. So that's, I think, the most urgent thing that people need to be aware of. Like on the train here, you're supposed to be relatively quiet and discreet. I mean, you can have a conversation, but not if you're like 10 people and drunk. Then you should, rather stay quiet. Other than that, I don't know. Like, I mean, people are so worried about making mistakes in Japan, but you have a pretty, just, use common sense and you'll be fine. The war between soba and udon has begun. There's a good soba restaurant. Yes, there is. There's one really good in Takashimaya that I go to quite often. Very good, but quite expensive though. But it's definitely delicious. Do you see any Hispanics there? Not many. Not many at all. Oh shit, now I just realized that I'm standing here and they're playing this copyrighted music. Which is not a good thing, because that means I probably need to cut that section out later. Yeah, Asher will copy strike you. but I kind of wanted to explore a little bit around here. Let's see. If I remember correctly, there's a pretty nice little alley, drinking alley down here. Does Japan allow foreign people work visa besides company if outside of Japan, living and paying taxes in Japan, company in Germany? It's not impossible, but it's complicated. It really, I don't know, but it's not impossible. And you could technically kind of set it up so that you're like a freelancer and you have like this contract with a foreign company that if you can prove that they will pay you a certain amount every month or every year, that could be enough for you to get a visa. But it's probably not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. So this is the place I was thinking about. Yeah, there's lots of nice little shops in here. Nakamise Shotengai. So I kind of wanted to check this place out. I might actually grab dinner here. This looks good. Burgers. Thai food's nice too. Here's some Okinawa ryori. There's so much tempting around here. I think I will have dinner around here, yeah. This area is really my kind of area. 飲んでる人楽しそう。そうですね。楽しそうですね。参加したいかな。And we are back in reality again. It's a nice little street, right? I think I will have dinner there. Let me just check the chat.そうですね、菅野さん。それは賛成ですね。若い人は政治に興味がない。ね、それは残念ですね。とても重要なことですけど、残念ながら若い人はあんまり興味ないですね。Have you ever faced Japanese racism in Japan? Not really, not other than I've been denied apartments because I'm not Japanese. That's like the most common issue. But other than that, I mean, most people are really, like, people here are nice. Like it's more like on a societal level. Like, yeah, you have that kind of landlord issue, and that the society doesn't really think that it's a problem at all. So there's no like legal protection against that. And then you also have the way the country is treating us right now, being unable to go back to our home countries and then come back to Japan, even though you know, people like me, I lived here for 12 years, but still, you know, the government draws a very clear line between someone like me who has been living here paying taxes for 12 years and someone with a Japanese passport. So in that sense, yes, but other than that, I mean, on an individual level, it's extremely rare that people kind of treat you badly because of your race. So yeah, at least for me as a white Western man. I'm Swedish, for those of you who wonder. There are a lot of job opportunities for English-only speakers. There's a lot of teaching English opportunities, and a few other jobs as well. I mean, it's not impossible to find a job here without knowing Japanese, but your life will be quite boring if you don't learn Japanese, I think. Yeah, so okay, it's 1:40 already, so I think let's just walk down this street, head back to the station and wrap up the stream. Then I will grab something to eat and head back home to my little family. It's been a nice walk, lots of variations today. We had almost countryside, and now we're like in a very typical Japanese urban environment. Arigato san, Kano san. Domo, arigato. Would you consider moving to a Western country outside of Europe? Canada, USA, Australia, and New Zealand? Yeah, I would. Maybe not the US, especially not right now. But in general, I think I could not feel comfortable to live in a country where people are allowed to carry guns. So that kind of rules out that country for me. But Canada and New Zealand are very tempting. Australia, maybe. I've never been. It seems like a nice place as well. But I'm more attracted to Canada and New Zealand. I can't explain why. It's just a gut feeling. How long would it take to fluently learn Japanese if I take classes? At least 1.5 years, ideally 2 years is what I would recommend if you study full-time. Sidewalk stand in Meguro is seeking staff. Oh, I see. I already have plenty of work, but I'm sure that could be attractive to someone. Koko wa yoku iku area desu. So desu ka. Ii ne. 僕らあんまり町田に来ないけど、 来るときはいつもなんかわかんない、なんか日本の他の街の雰囲気に似てる。例えば広島とかなんていう仙台とかちょっと雰囲気が似てます。都会けど東京とちょっと違います。There isn't anything wrong with having guns. It's a constitutional right. I don't know. Maybe it's a constitutional right, but to me it's wrong. I don't think people should be able to have tools that only serve one purpose, and that is to hurt other people. It makes any conflict or any argument very easy to escalate into something that ends in a very unnecessary and sad way. So I see nothing positive about that, and I would never want to live in a country where people are allowed to have that. Yeah, it's been a good walk. Good to explore both countryside and urban, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's a little bit too crowded for me to feel comfortable walking around with the gimbal here, and especially all the young kids are kind of looking at me weirdly, and I can almost hear them whisper YouTuber behind my back. Which is okay, but makes me a little bit uncomfortable just to be noticed so much. But yeah, nice day today. And I look forward to see you all soon again. Sorry, there's a lot of comments and I have to just skip through. Just catching the last comments here if there's anything else. I think that's good. Thanks and see you tomorrow. ありがとうございます。皆さん、また明日かな? See you. Bye bye. Bye.